NASA for me specifically is a very interesting thing because as a student of architecture, I was also part of the NASA team of our college, which is SPA, and all our NASA trips are associated with great memory. Of course, it was much simpler then. It wasn't as complicated and as huge as it's become now. There were no zone NASAs. There was only one annual NASA, but we all used to look forward to it. The trophies were same, but now they have increased. Like we had GSIM, we had Loicon, we had many others. We had Lorry Dicker, but now of course there are many more trophies that have come in. So it's good to see it has grown so much. It is also good to see that so many colleges have increased of architecture in India and they're all kind of part of NASA. The only thing I have an objection to, and not as a faculty point of view, but as a professional, is that sometimes I feel that it's become too long. I mean, a 6-day NASA is way too long. In that case, then the timing has to be changed. It cannot happen in the middle of semester, but that's another logistical issue. Why I say that it's too long is because although I know that the students have tried very hard to incorporate workshops and other things in it, but sometimes you find that meaningful work in NASA is also not happening so much, which is not to say that you can't have fun. NASA is also about having fun. So, what I'm trying to say is that it should balance both out and not become a drain on resources, either of the participants or the organizing college as well as the other participating colleges. That said, at DIT, I think NASA has been a tradition for long. My first interaction with the student when I joined DIT was in fact the NASA sector in UD. Because they were the most proactive ones, which has always been the case. The NASA secretaries and the NASA duties have been the most proactive students in any college. So it's nice, and I'm glad to say that we've been doing reasonably well in NASA. We have won the trophy twice. And so that's a great feeling. We've had some good duties and good checks, and they've done us proud, and as have all the kids. I find sometimes that the students are putting in more effort and thought into what they produce for NASA than they do for their regular academic work, which is fine. The idea for me for architecture is that you can learn, and wherever you learn, it works. So if it is through NASA, so be it. I'm not going to be a stickler for saying that it takes away from academics, because I don't think it does. I think it only adds to the whole experience. I'm very proud to say that it is the largest student body of a particular profession in Asia, and that itself is commendable, and we should probably use that and leverage that strength that we have to take the profession of architecture in India or the region to a greater height. Like I always have said to all my NASA officials here at DIT, whether that's the past UGs, U6 or the current ones, that you should make a representation in the Council of Architecture. As the largest student body, you have every right to be represented in the Council of Architecture, and your voice should be heard, because more than us, probably the council and other concerned authorities are bound to listen to students when they make such appeals or such recommendations. And I think you are well aware of what's happening the world over. So pedagogy of architecture needs to change, evolve, and become more relevant in today's life. And I think NASA can play a great role in that. I think NASA should grow from being just a yearly student event to being a very strong, cogent body which makes representations for the profession of architecture, especially the study of architecture, in whatever relevant forums are there, whether it is the Council of Architecture, MHRD, MUD, whichever. So I think we should take the role a little more seriously than it is currently.